Hello, we're Group 16 and our topic is LGBTQ sexual health. The reason we chose LGBTQ sexual health as our topic is because it is very important. LGBTQ individuals make up a large population in the United States. There are roughly 8 million LGBTQ individuals in this country. Since the 1990s, rates of unsafe sex have increased, as well as the incidence of STI and HIV infections. Every single one of them deserves equal rights and availability to resources that can allow them to live happy and healthy lives. This behavior needs to be targeted because it is not safe and can be prevented.
Alright, well, on the discussion of our target behavior, we also have our target audience. Our primary audience is going to be LGBTQ individuals between the ages of 16 and 24. Our secondary audience will be heterosexual individuals within the age range of 16 to 24 who use Instagram but are not a part of the LGBTQ community. The reason for this is because this age range is perfect for using all social media platforms, specifically Instagram. And so in order to reach both our primary and secondary audience, we are focusing on using Instagram ads as well as pages in order to reach out and get our target behavior across to these two audiences. So how are we going to segment? We're going to segment by focusing on LGBTQ individuals within the age range above who are sexually active in San Diego. And in order to properly segment, we're going to be finding sources in journals from reputable sites such as the CDC, and we're going to find statistics that show that this specific community, LGBTQ individuals, between this age range are more at risk for STDs and STIs than other heterosexual individuals in this age range. And so with that comes also personas. So people who would represent both of our audiences. So people like Jacob would fall into our primary audience. Jacob is a 20-year-old student at UCSD who identifies as a homosexual male within his community. Jacob is active on all social media platforms and has a wide social network which he uses as outreach. Now, people like Kimberly would be part of our secondary audience. She's a 22-year-old bartender in downtown San Diego who identifies as a heterosexual female within her community. Kimberly is incredibly active on all social media platforms as she uses them not only for her own pleasure, but for the promotion of her work.
We chose to focus on LGBTQ populations because of the significant disparities in regards to sexual health that disproportionately affect those of sexual and gender minority status. For instance, according to the Centers of Disease Control, gay and bisexual men made up 75% of cases of syphilis in 2013, as well as men who have sex with men account for more than half of all new cases of HIV annually.
For both of the channels that we chose, we decided to use a social media channel. We will be creating an Instagram page posting about the education, promotion, and support of LGBTQ health within the San Diego community. Posts will include content about STD education, as well as testing, support, groups, counseling, as well as other resources such as the LGBT Resource Center on SDSU's campus. Secondly, we will create a Facebook page for anyone in the LGBTQ San Diego community to join. This Facebook page will be a means to interact with one another, as well as being an informative page for those in the community to have access to another form of resources. Our hashtag will be LGBTQ&U, and this will just promote a social movement.
Our first message is if you do not practice safe sex and take the precautions necessary, you will be a part of the statistic. And this is a light or logical model because it uses statistics to illuminate the risk of STDs as well as a central root, and would be considered a loss frame because it focuses on the negative outcome you will experience if you do not change the behavior.
Our second message we focus on is taking the right precautions. If you take the necessary precautions, you can protect yourself from sexually transmitted diseases like HIV and not be a part of the 600,000 or more people who have HIV. We thought this message was light, central, and game-frame because it focuses on how if you change your behavior in a positive way, you could receive a positive outcome, which would be not getting STDs.
In conclusion, with over 8 million self-identifying LGBTQ individuals in this country, adequate and available health resources and services for these communities must be prioritized and advocated for. Those of sexual and/or gender minority status do not make up a significant amount of the population, but are disproportionately affected by sexual transmitted diseases and infections. With our hashtag LGBTQ&U, we hope to better provide, educate, and aid in the movement to better the lives of LGBTQ individuals in San Diego.